Yo, what's up, you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian Saiyan, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 129 or 130? Which one is it? 130. Yo, so my last chapter review, you should have seen it in the comment section below, but my last chapter review, my battery kind of died on me. And here's the thing, I left out that Usopp's tale to Kaya about the giant goldfish and the poop so big that he thought it was an island. You know, Dorian Brogy kind of, made, mention of that. And Usopp was like, I remember hearing this. And I'm like, you tell so many lies. You can't even keep track of what lies you said. So when you see something that matches your lie, you can't keep it up. Now, why am I bringing this up now? It's not because I left something out the chapter review, because I've left stuff out before, and it's kind of roll with it, and you guys will call me on and be like, hey, man, you left this out, man. Did you forget this? And it's like, nah, I recorded it, and it slipped my mind, didn't mean to do it. In this case, while I was reading, and I'm watching Nami sick, oh, shit. This just reminded me of Usopp's mother. And this is the thing, I'm looking for the panel right here. Okay, here it is. So while I'm looking at this reminds me of basically right here when Usopp is standing at his mother's bedside and his mother is sick, and just to see Usopp with another woman that he cares about, that fucked up. Like, Nami's fucked up, man. Like, to see Usopp in that position again, it's very subtle character development of a secondary character. And I thought that this was really nice by Oda, because I've said this before, I can't harp on it enough. A lot of times when you have a cast this big, it's very easy to forget your secondary characters and sometimes not even develop them. A.k.a. Sakura Haruno from Naruto. Like, it's so easy to forget it. And the thing about it, or Tien from Dragon Ball in the second half from chapter 130 on. And then chapter 130, for those you don't know, that's when Raditz arrives. So it's around the time Raditz arrives. But after that, Tien was fucking forgot about. But anyway, man, so the other thing with this though, man, so Nami, it says a lot about her character, that she is trying to keep her word to Vivi, but at the same time, she's pushing through, and it really reminds me of Belle. Like how she's basically inherited Belle's will. And what I'm referring to is like she's holding on to, her promise, and she's putting others before her. And I thought that was very touching, very nice. I love seeing that. And the reason why I love seeing it is, when we look at this chapter was really Nami's chance to shine, because I'm really thinking that the reason why she told Vivi that her island, the Royal Guard, lost like 300,000 soldiers and they went over to the criminal side, it wasn't to just come clean. Because one of the biggest rules in writing, you don't introduce something for no fucking reason without there being an explanation or there being a underlying, message that the reader can pick up on. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm making a reference to my Bleach chapter 668 review, where I said this was an ass pull that Kenpachi has a fucking Bankai. Like, ass pull. So check that out. You should see that up here on the screen now. But the thing is she didn't just say that to be nice and to break bread with the girl. She said that because she could feel it in her bones. And Vivi said it later on that she could feel the weather changing in her bones, okay? Nami knew something was up, and that's why she got the fuck out the bed, and she knew that she had to distract in order to do it. And that's key. That shows that she is very, very intelligent. She knew that she was not going to be able to just say a few small things here or there, sweet talk her way out, wasn't going to happen. And just on another note, man, I really appreciated the fact that this is going to be what's used in order to bring the medic onto the crew. One of you guys asked me this week as a recording, so it will be last week by the time you guys see this, but you guys asked me, I want to see Vivi join the crew? Because I said in one of the reviews last week that I thought maybe she was going to be a crew member because every one of Luffy's crew members have gotten kind of backstory or an arc, if you will. And the answer to that is this. I thought if she was going to join, it's because she was a medic, okay? And she's clearly not a medic, because if she was, she could have took care of Nami or at least diagnosed what was wrong with her, aside from a fever. Luffy's stupid ass put his hand on Nami's forehead and said, "Oh shit, you're burning up. You need a doctor." Like, when it gets to the point where Luffy has to point out something like that, you know that you're sick. But with that being said, I will say this. I didn't like other things about this chapter. I like how the fact that you got Zoro continuing to lift weights. He's very serious about his training, and I like how they made light of the fact that he is once again lost. And what I'm talking about is this. You know, Nami's basically telling him you can't go by the clouds because clouds shift in size and pattern, direction, etc., etc., especially on the Grand Line. So I like how they point out that Zoro basically has no direction, sense of direction. So I like that. Now, another thing about this chapter that I was very, very fond of was the fact that Sanji was put onto the crew last, okay? And Sanji is a cook. And a medicine person, that's the next person, a medic. Because nutrition and medicine go hand in hand. And Sanji makes them very well balanced diets. You know, I think he was maybe trolling Luffy and Usopp. But then again, I could see Sanji doing some green shit where the well-balanced meals go to the women and he just gives the scraps to Luffy and them. But I think I have enough trust in Sanji to where he's still, because he has passion about food, he is still going to give them a somewhat balanced meal. So that's very interesting. You know, like, that's going to be my chapter question for you guys. So now my chapter question for you guys is going to be this. What were your thoughts about Nami being able to detect the fact that a cyclone was coming in the Grand Line this quickly without having much to go on, and how she pushed through her sickness? Why did it impress you? And up to this point in the manga, and when I say this point, I'm saying wherever the manga is now, has she done anything that has surpassed this? You don't have to go into detail, because I know some of you guys are worried. Oh shit, you're going to drop One Piece. I'm not going to drop One Piece. Oh shit, you're going to skip ahead because you're getting so excited. Not really the case. Am I skipping ahead for Hunter x Hunter? Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, but the side note on that, you know, I am going to, you know, record reactions for that, and I'll probably make a separate channel and just put that on there. That way, if that gets copyright striked and shut down, I won't really miss it as much, because I've done a lot to build this channel up. But with that being said, you know, I will go a little further in it on this. I'm not going to skip ahead on One Piece. You know, I've gotten messages from you guys. You guys are like, oh man, you're getting excited with these reviews. Please, please don't skip. There's so much epic stuff. I'm not skipping ahead on One Piece. You guys have been loyal. You've been faithful. I issued a challenge. No way in fucking hell am I going to skip ahead. No way. I'm sticking to this. And part of the reason is One Piece is kind of like when you go to these really expensive fancy restaurants and they bring out a little bit on a plate, you know, the correct serving portions. Because what a lot of people don't know is when you go to these restaurants and you sit down, they give you more than the actual correct serving. So when you get these multiple dishes and it's just a little bit of food, you eat a little bit, bring out another dish, eat a little bit, bring out another dish, eat a little bit, bring out another dish. You get up to your fifth dish, and your fifth dish is usually like some type of dessert or something. So that's how I look at One Piece, you know. It's very tempting to just read this shit all the way through, but stories like this, the reason why I'm so excited is because, like, on how you have a chapter like this where it ends off with who is that standing there, right? And I read these chapters a certain number in advance, and so I'm hyped until the next week. So this is my way of actually experiencing it from the very beginning, because I don't know what's going to happen. And just how when you read a manga that's ongoing, like when you guys read One Piece and say something epic happens this week, right? You don't know until next week, or if the manga is on break, you don't know till the break's over. That's how I am with this. I'll read a certain number and then I'll stop, and that builds the anticipation to see where it's going. So overall, like I said, a real good chapter. But once again, my chapter question for you guys is, has Nami done anything that has surpassed this in terms of impressing you about her will, determination, and navigation skills? So man, that's it for this review. If you liked anything I had to say, hit that like button, subscribe, share. I'll greatly appreciate it. That's